Composition in photography.
Hello, we have been looking at composition, and today I'm going to show you how to demonstrate your understanding of composition structures through a task which involves your own photographs. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to use stock photos, but what you will need to do is select some photographs from your previous module, or go out and take some of your own photographs, or you could even use your own drawings or paintings for this task also. So what I've done, I've got a selection of different images, and I have used a clear plastic pocket like this, and I've cut these the same size as the images. Now, if you prefer to use something like tracing paper or acetate, they will work too. The reason I've used this is because I know that most people probably own a clear pocket, which is quite useful. So you're also going to need some sellotape, a ruler, and a permanent marker, but you're going to need a permanent marker which is quite thin or quite fine. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tape the back of each of my images so as the plastic is attached. Okay, once you've done that, you can set them all to one side and just work on one at a time. The reason for putting the plastic over the top of the image is so as you don't actually need to draw on top of the image, and then you can see the composition structure over the top of it. If you prefer to draw directly onto the image, that's absolutely fine. It's really up to you how you work. Okay, so for each of these now, you've probably guessed, what we're going to do is use our ruler and our pen, and we're going to draw the composition structure over the top of it. This is a really good exercise for getting your brain thinking. And when I look at each image, sometimes it does take me a little while to actually realise what the composition structures actually are. So it's a really good exercise for really thinking about different artworks and photographs. And I believe that this is the rule of thirds. And it's also a really good exercise for realising that some images, many images in fact, actually have more than one composition structure to it, which is obviously absolutely fine. So I believe that's the rule of thirds. So the focal point is on this building here. Yeah. Put that to one side. And then for each one, just see if you can work out what the structure is. It might be that you get stuck on one and you have no idea whatsoever. But that's fine. It's all about looking and really looking at the detail of a photo and the layout, or a picture. I believe this is also the rule of thirds. The focus is there on that lighthouse, isn't it? And then I don't know about you, but my eye is really drawn to these flowers in the foreground. These flowers here. I think this one's an obvious one, so this is definitely a diagonal composition. The eye is definitely drawn up the top of the bridge and then back down again. Okay, so in my earlier video, I didn't really talk too much about leading lines, but leading lines in composition is just where you can see all of these sort of lines going in one direction, leading you to a spot in the picture. And in this case, it's sort of leading you to the horizon line there, the distance. But you've got all these other lines here as well, look. So it's all leading to that space there. Your eye is guided forwards. This one was quite a tricky one for me because we've got this big circular area here, which makes me think it's a circular composition. But then actually when you really look at it, you can see that your eye it starts here, this is the focal point, but then actually your eye is drawn round to this house here. And I believe that this is actually more of an S shape. I'll be interested to know what you think. This is quite obviously, well, to me anyway, an S shape composition. And then for my last piece, again, it could be diagonal, but I think this is more likely leading lines, because we see lots of lines all leading to this one spot here. Okay, so once you've completed this exercise, if you realise that there are some compositions that you haven't got an example for, you could then purposely go out with a camera and take some photographs. Or I say go out, you could go out, or you can set up some still lives. It's really up to you what you've got access to. And you can actually take some photographs purposely trying to find that particular composition. I'm going to present some of these on my composition research page. There we go. Give it a go yourself.